A very good morning, class 12th. So, here is the last lecture from our chapter number 12, that is called Applications of Biotechnology, right? So, today we will discuss the last application, that is with the biotechnology's help, you can get the transgenic animals, right? So, when we say the transgenic animals, first question which comes in our mind is, what do you mean by transgenic animals? Those animals, in simple terms, if I have to tell you, those animals whose genetic material, whose DNA, whose genome has been manipulated, right, or altered, or you can say they carry a foreign gene. They carry a foreign gene. Those animals, they are known as transgenic animals. Now, you must be thinking that how the genes they have been manipulated and how the gene has been introduced. Usually the gene transfer, it is done by the microinjection method. It is very common to form the transgenic animals, right? But if you honestly ask me, that the success rate of forming transgenic animals is little low. It is very low. The most common transgenic animals which are produced till dates, they are rats, mice, rabbits, pigs, sheep, cows and fish. 90% out of these transgenic animals, normally they are the mice. So those animals whose genome has been altered by introduction of a foreign gene by manipulation, those are known as transgenic animals. Now, why reasons for using, why we want to use transgenic animals? Reasons for using transgenic animals. First reason is to study the regulation of genes on normal physiology and development. To study the physiology in the human beings and their development and the role of genes in their regulation. That is why transgenic animals, they have been made, so that gene can be introduced into them and then we can see the role of that gene. So basically transgenic animals, they are used to study that how genes are regulated and how they affect the normal functioning of the body. How they affect normal functioning of body, right? So for example, study of complex factors like insulin, like growth factors. So genes, those who basically they express insulin like growth factors, they have been introduced and their biological effect has been studied. So transgenic animals are made to study the regulation of genes and how they affect our normal functioning of the body. This was the first role why the transgenic animals, they are used. Second is to study diseases. To study the diseases. Transgenic animals, they are developed to understand how genes, they contribute, they play a role in development of diseases, right? So basically they are used as a models to study the effect of drugs in treatment of disease. various diseases like cancer, like rheumatoid arthritis, Alzheimer, in all these kind of diseases, to find out the role of genes, that how genes they are contributing, they are playing a role in the disease. That is why transgenic models they have been made to produce, to obtain biological products. The major use of transgenic animal is to produce biological products, to produce useful products. And how you can create a useful products? By introducing genes, by introducing genes for the desired product. An example here we can mention is human protein, alpha 1 antitrypsin. It is used in the treatment of emphysema, and this protein was the gene for this protein was produced by transgenic sheep. The gene for this alpha 1 antitrypsin, it was put into transgenic sheep, right? Then products for the treatment of phenylketonuria and cystic fibrosis are also added in the transgenic animals. In 1997, there was the first cow, transgenic cow. It was produced, it was developed, named as Rosie. It was developed by introducing a gene called human alpha lect albumin. It was a human alpha lect albumin. This was added into the Rosie, and the gene expressed and start forming human alpha lect albumin protein in the cow's milk. It start producing this protein in cow's milk. Now this milk is perfectly balanced for the human babies, and it was seen that the Rosie, she produced human protein enriched milk 2.4 grams per liter, right? So this was the another successful experiment of the biotechnology for making the use of transgenic animals. Then transgenic animals, they are used to study the vaccine safety, especially the mice. Transgenic mice, they are used to study the effect of vaccine. Transgenic mice, they are used to study the effect. किसका effect? To effect of vaccines before they are used on humans. Before they are used on humans, their safety is tested on transgenic animals. Then also transgenic animals, they are used to study the chemical safety testing of the drugs. Some transgenic animals, it is believed they carry genes which make them more sensitive for the toxic substances as compared to non-transgenic. So they are exposed to those toxic substances, and their effects, they are studied thoroughly, and results have been discussed then. Now the another major problem sometimes here, it is after everything that we are using transgenic animals, we are introducing gene, but it is not that easy. There are various ethical issues are there, right? Problems of unpredictable result. So here the topic comes that is known as bioethics. Now you will ask, what do you mean by bioethics? It means some standards, they are some rules that can regulate the human activities that might help or harm the living organism. So what is the bioethics main purpose is? Bioethics, they are those rules or those standards which pay attention on the human activities which can harm or which can help the living organism. So genetic modification of any organism, इट इज़ नॉट अ प्रिडिक्टेबल रिजल्ट कि मैंने ये इंट्रोड्यूस की है जीन तो यही रिजल्ट्स आएंगे. नो, जेनेटिक ऑल्टरेशन बच्चों, जेनेटिक मॉडिफिकेशन, इट कैन कॉज unpredictable results when they are introduced into the ecosystem, or sometimes they can produce unpredictable results on the metabolism also of the organism, as well as they can produce unpredictable results on human beings also. So keeping that thing in mind, Indian government, they set up organization like GEAC, full form Genetic Engineering Approval Committee, right, which makes the decisions regarding the viability कि ये जेनेटिक रिसर्च जो है ये कितनी इफ़ेक्टिव है भी कि नहीं, कि ये हार्मफुल है हमारे लिए, एंड द सेफ्टी ऑफ इंट्रोड्यूसिंग genetically modified organism into the public services. So why this organization was set up? To make the decision for the correct research for the safety of genetically modified organisms for the public use. The major concern, there were some major concerns for the bioethical issues, right, that I really want to discuss with all of you, that the major bioethical concerns क्या हैं, why this committee, Indian government has made this committee. There must be some reason that they made this committee, right? So the major concern is use of animals in biotechnology. It causes great suffering to them, right? So either you are doing some great experiment which is very helpful for the public services, then to definitely GEAC allow your research. But if the results, they are not going to give any application in the future, then GEAC does not allow the use of animals. Now, introduction of genes from one species, that is very important point, that you are introducing the genes from one species into the another. This violates, this actually it is a disturbance for the integrity of the species. हर एक species की बच्चों एक अपना genome है, but we are here playing with the genome, and that is not good. That is not good at all for the organism. Transgenic organisms, it doesn't mean that they are used for different purposes, but they can be a threat to our biodiversity. So that is why also it's a major concern. And another thing, they are exploited, they are used, they are overused, exploited for human benefits. We suffer, we are making suffering them for the human benefits, right? So that is why this committee has been set up by the Indian government. Now Next, another thing that comes in picture is the biopiracy and biopatent. But first, I really want to discuss what is a patent. A patent is what? A patent is the right of a person, right of a company, which is granted, which is given by government, right, to an inventor, or a process or a design. And why this right is given to a person, to a company, by the government? Why this is given? To prevent others from using it commercially. It is specifically, this right is given to a person, that none other than the person who has invented the thing, none other than can use that, basically make the same design. Now that inventor has already designed a thing, now you cannot copy it. That is a right of inventor, right? So patents, they are given for especially the biological products. And what are the biopatents? If we have to mention the definition of biopatents, patents given for biological products and biological products and biological entities, they are called biopatents. So biopatent, they are granted for which things? They are granted for which kind of things? So biopatents are usually, they are granted for any biological procedure. If you are making a new procedure, which is a complete your invention, new discovered technique, it is invented for new discovered technique, it is given for new cell lines, it is given for any new developed GMOs, product of GMOs, or it can be given for any DNA sequences, right? Countries like USA, Japan, and members of European Union, they are the ones who are granting patents, right? They gave us the rights for our invention, right? So any organization or any company, which is exploiting or getting the patent of bioresource of other country without proper authorization, that is known as biopiracy. Let us see what is biopiracy. There are two. These words are very, very, very important for you to know. That is, what is biopiracy? If any organization, or you can say any company, it is exploiting, it is making use of or getting the patent of bioresource of other country without their permission, or you can say without proper channel और विदाउट प्रॉपर ऑथराइजेशन, बिना किसी की परमिशन के, विदाउट देयर कंसेंट, without their consent and without payment. This type of thing is known as biopiracy. When any company, when any person, he exploit the same thing without knowing without giving the information to the original person, then this step is known as biopiracy. In 1997, right, an American company, that company got patent rights on basmati rice through the US patent. Now that is actually allowed the company to sell a new variety of basmati, and now the problem was new variety in the US, but India won this patent back in 2011 because basmati is unique variety of India. India has 27 varieties of basmati which has different aroma, different color. So they just steal this variety of basmati from India. So India fought the case and won this patent back that you cannot sell this type of basmati rice in US, right? So most of the industrialized nations which are basically poor, which are rich financially, I should mention here, which are rich financially but poor in biodiversity and traditional knowledge of bioresources, right? Developing and underdeveloping world which are rich biodiversity and traditional knowledge related to the bioresources. So most of those, they try to do these type of things. That is why there is an increasing awareness has been given about bioresources, their potential, and many nations, they are getting patents of their own biopiracy to minimize their own bioresource to minimize biopiracy, right? So basically what happened is there are many countries which are financially very rich but they are poor in biodiversity, but there are countries also which are rich in biodiversity, they have traditional knowledge. So these kind of nations which are poor in their bioresources, they try to steal the things from other countries. So many countries these days, they are doing the patent of their bioresources so that no other country can steal the information from them. So these things, they are taken care in the mind, and there are laws to prevent unauthorized exploitation of bioresources. That is why Indian Parliament, they have cleared the Indian Patent Bill, and which include the research provision, emergency provision, and the developmental initiative. So here we are finished with this chapter, that is your biotechnology. Please go through this last portion, that is biopiracy and biopatent, carefully, and we will start with another lecture.